Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals.
Welcome.
I'm Charla,
I'm Justin.
and this time we're going to be talking about Seven Wonders
Seven Wonders and Seven Wonders cities
and leaders.
and the Wonder Pack. We
have the Wonder Pack too.
Yep.
Awesome. So what we usually do is we set up the game.
Yep.
And then we give you a little bit of playthrough, a little bit of rules rundown, the opposite order. Come
Is this
back
true?
after that and give you our final thoughts.
Excellent.
So
All right.
we'll be back in a minute.
All right. So we have Seven Wonders set up for a two-player game. Two-player game is a little bit different from your regular game because you set it up as if it was a three-player game. So what we did was there is a deck of the civilization cards, and we pass one out to each of us so we see which civilization we play. There's a couple different ways you can do that. You can, pass out a couple of them and then they get a choice, or you can just do what we did and just go straight, here's your civilization. And you can even get more strict. You can, when you flip it over, whichever side's up, A or B, is the one you have to use. So there's a couple of different ways you can figure out which civilization you want. Or you can just choose whatever way you want to go.
Yeah.
We have our Age 1 cards set up for 3 players. They have a number of the black underworld cards equal to the number of players in there. And the underworld cards come from the cities expansion. So we've already passed out our decks. They're out. Even though it's still 2 players, the third player, or free city, has its own deck. And then with the leaders expansion, we have leader cards, and the free city doesn't get leaders, but each of us get 4 leaders, which we're going to draft here in a minute before we set up. Because we are playing with the leaders, the free city gets $3, but me and Charlotte will start off with 6. Yeah. Cool. So we have to first of all draft our leaders.
Yes, and then we have to determine the first player.
Yep.
Okay, so you pick your leaders, determining on how much they cost to bring out.
Yep.
And also
what their special abilities are. Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to choose this one for my first one. And then you get to look.
Okay, I got that one. So then we pass them and draft them.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I like her.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. There we go. Pass them and draft them.
Pass them, of course. So I guess it's going to be that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just take the last one.
Yep. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so then we got our leaders drafted. Next thing we have to do is we have to flip a coin. That's just how we like to do it, to see who's going to start with the free city first. And then I'll go through how to play, and then we'll play.
Right.
Ready?
Yep.
Did you want the 6 or did you want the feather?
I want the feather.
Feather, okay.
Oh, it's a 6.
Ha ha ha. So I am going to start with the free city. So we got this free city card, and that actually goes with my deck. And I'll explain that in a minute. So, 7 Wonders. We are building our civilization. I am building Rhodes. You're building Abu Simbel. And then the free city is Rome.
Roma.
Yep. We each start off with a specific resource. I produce ore.
I have paper.
Paper. And Rome actually is able to bring out a
leader
for free. But this is a free city, so they don't actually
get leaders.
Nope.
It's hilarious. It's just chosen by random.
Yeah. So we're trying to build the best possible civilization, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can focus on public works, which are the blue cards, which just give you points. You can focus on the gold cards, which is all about markets and trading. You can focus on the red cards, which are warfare. At the end of each age, there's a round where everyone fights with their neighbor. You can focus on the green cards, which is science, and science is a little bit tricky. It's got a weird point value system. Again, with the cities expansion, we have the kind of underworld cards, the black cards, and they give you certain bonuses, kind of underhanded bonuses.
Or abilities.
Or abilities, right? And you can kind of mix and match and try to find synergies and to build the best possible civilization. And at the very end of the game, you go through and you score all of the different things that you've created over the course of 3 ages. And then you just add up your points. Whoever has the most wins.
Right.
So a couple of different strategies there. How you play is, we have our deck of cards. We look through it. We choose one. And we add it to our civilization. 3 things you can do with a card. If you can pay for it, and each card will have what its cost is in the upper left corner. If you can pay for it, you can add it to your civilization. So, for example, I look at a card and it costs 1 ore. I produced that, so I could buy that. But maybe it costs 1 paper. I don't have that, but Charlotte does. So I can pay her $2, and I can take her paper. I don't take it, I just buy enough to produce. Like, when you do that, the person can't say no. Because it's not the person, it's really just the civilization that you're trading with. Plus she gets $2.
At the beginning of my next turn.
Yeah. Sometimes it costs money, sometimes it costs resources. If you can't play the card at all, you can toss it into a discard pile and get $3.
Right.
So you didn't add anything, but you got some money. You can also, if you can afford these costs, you can flip it upside down, slide it under your civilization board, and you can build the parts of your wonder.
Right.
So I'm building the Colossus. So the first level of the Colossus is I need to get 2 wood, and it'll give me 3 points at the end of the game. The second level, I got to get 3 clay. That's going to be rough, and I'll get 2 warfare.
2 fighters.
And the third level is I need 4 ore, which
Good
again
luck.
is going to be hard, but I'm going to get 7 points for that.
Right.
And you got to build them in order, but you can build them anytime you want. I could build all 3 of them in the last age if I wanted to, or I could just not build them at all.
Right.
So that's basically how you play. Once you've chosen your card and you've either added it to your civilization, build a wonder, or tossed it for money, and everyone's done, you then rotate. So I'm going to pass my deck to Charlotte, she'll pass hers to me, and we keep drafting. So you can get a sense of who has what cards, and if you're keeping an eye on who's doing what, you can block them. So maybe Charlotte starts going like public works like crazy. I can start using public works to build my wonder.
Or to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's important.
And it's lots of fun with more players because it takes a little bit longer for that deck to get back around to you.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Now the difference with a 2-player game is the deck that I start with is going to have this free city card in it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to start with this. Before I look at this deck, I'm going to take the top card from the free city and add it to my deck. And then I'm going to play 2 cards. I'm going to play 1 card from this deck to my civilization and 1 card from my deck to the free city. The only rule that's really important with that is that the card that you take off of the free city deck, if it can be played for free, it has to be played. And what I mean by that is certain technologies will allow you to get kind of like an advanced technology off of that for free. You don't have to pay the cost. So for example, if you build an altar, which is a public works, and then in the next stage you get the temple, it's kind of like you're not really building a temple, you're just improving the altar to become a temple. It would be free. And you can get a lot of chains that way, which are free, which is a good way to get points.
Yeah.
So that's the big important rule there. And then when we're done, I'm going to give Charlotte this deck next round, and she's going to take the top card from the free city. And again, have to play 2 cards, 1 for hers, 1 for you, or for the free city. So that's kind of the basics to 7 Wonders. We are playing with the leaders, so we've drafted our leaders. So at the beginning of each age, we're going to look through our leaders and we're going to have a recruitment phase first. So we have to look through and decide if we're going to pay the money to recruit one of our leaders, or we can discard them for $3, or we can even use them to build a wonder.
Okay.
Which is going to be pretty impossible because we don't have anything.
We don't have any resources yet.
No, not yet.
Nope. There. So what we'll do is we'll set the timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right.
Okay, so I set the timer for 10 minutes, and
10 minutes.
we're going to
Recruit our leaders.
All right.
Leader phase. Recruitment.
Whoops.
So we got to choose one.
I know the one I want.
Me too.
She
Reveal.
costs $4. Oh,
$3.
that's a good one.
So, who'd you got?
I have, I don't know how you say her name.
Tomaris.
Tomaris.
Oh, she is good.
She's...
So at the end of each age, there is a round of battle where you check your forces, your warfare forces, to the person to your right and the person to your left. And if you're at the losing end, you get a -1 token. If you win, you get a bonus point token. So what Tomaris does is, when Charla loses for battle, whoever just won that battle gets her -1 token. So you never get minus tokens at all.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
I got Caligula, which means the kind of underworld, dark criminal cards. I can put one of them into my civilization for free each age, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
So we have our deck. I'm going to add one from the free city, and then we're going to go through. This first age mostly is about getting resources.
Tons and tons of resources.
Yep.
So I'll take that. You put your resources right here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay $1, and I can either collect clay or ore.
Good. I'm also going to pay $1, and I'm going to get wood or stone. And then I have to play one to the civilization free city. And what am I going to do? I am going to play... Oh, right. He has no resources at all.
None.
All right. Well, I guess he's going to have to get some. So he's going to get clay.
Might have to bring that a little closer. I'm not going to be able to reach that.
Okay.
I may not be able to reach that either.
That's all right. I can do it.
Okay.
All right. So
Now we trade?
we trade. There you go.
Or you rotate.
Yep.
So, first of all, I have to look at this.
Well, that was easy. A vein of ore.
Wowzers.
The cards are set up really, really well. The borders are meant so you can kind of slide them in so you can still see the names, still see what they do, but they take up less space. And basically it's just the artwork that's me or to the...
To the bank. I bought the West Trading Post.
Nice.
So I can buy stuff from you for cheap.
Awesome.
And
I've got stuff to buy.
Then...
On to the free city.
I think the free city is going to spend $1 to buy stuff for cheap from me.
Really?
Yep.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One from the free city. Well, that makes it
I feel like
easy.
there's not a lot of resources.
It's because I'm taking them all. Lumberyard.
Justin.
Yep, yep.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to take Glassworks.
Glassworks. Did you pay $1 for that?
Yes.
Okay.
He started with 3, right?
Yeah, no, you didn't have to. It's just the symbol for it's only $1 instead of 2.
Oh.
Yeah, the dollar cost would be up here.
Oh, whoops.
That's all right.
I paid $1 for mine too.
Oh, well, here you go.
I don't know why I did that. It's
Little
weird.
mistake. No big deal. All right.
I think I did. We'll have to rewind it and find out.
Yep.
Or replay it, I mean.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Ooh, I get to put this into play for free. That's going to be my one underworld card. Gate to the city.
So, if he can put a card in play for free, does that just mean chain reactions?
Just the chains. Not for free, but for chains.
Right.
It has to be done. And it's just the one off of this deck.
Yeah, because I just drew the theater.
Yep.
Which is free for him, but it's not a chain.
No.
So I can play it for myself.
Yep.
And then...
It's not really so much the first age. It's when you get into the second age that those chains are going to start happening.
And then let's see here. I have to play one for him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any resources that can build any of these things.
Nope, but he can buy resources from you cheaply.
Right. So I think he's going to buy ore from me for $1.
Here we go. And he's going combat. Dirty. Well, I'm going to build the baths for 3 points. I need 1 stone, which I have. And then I'm going to give him... He's going to produce paper with a press. There we go.
And I took the altar.
Nice. There you go.
Thanks. So 1 from the top. Ooh, nice and nice and nice. I'll have some stone, thank you very much. Well, he's gonna have to make a science, I guess. And he's gonna have to buy something for cheap from me.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna build a stockade.
Last round?
It is the last round, which is crazy.
Paper for me. And this goes in the discard.
Oh, yep. Yeah, let's do discards over here. Alright, so I am going to... I can actually build the first level of my wonder for 3 points. And then these are all... Oh no, I gotta play 1 card for him.
Yep.
I forgot. Doi. So, let's see. Ore, wood, and clay. He's got clay. He could get ore from you, and he could get... No, he can't because he doesn't have enough money. That's a bummer. Does he have access to paper? Nope, he needs cloth. Can't do that either. Can't do that, can't do that. I guess he's going to discard for $3.
And now we...
Well, first we got to do battle.
Right. But I'm going to shuffle some of these. So
Good,
that...
good.
Because, I mean, we've only got a couple of minutes.
And I ended with this. Okay, so first me and the Free City do battle. We're even, so we get nothing. Yep. Me and you do battle.
You win.
I win, which means I get a plus 1 pointer, but I also get your -1. And then you and him battle, and he gets the +1 and the -1 as well.
Right.
Nice.
So what you would do then is deal out the cards evenly for round 2.
Yep.
Follow the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another round, age 3.
Yep.
And that's 7 wonders.
Yeah. Age 2, there's a little bit more resources, but not a lot.
Yep.
And there's a whole lot more of the development of your city and civilization. And then age 3, no resource cards. It's all developing, and then you get a lot of purple guild cards for bonus points that if you can get some good synergies going, you can get a lot of good points that way. And then so I've kind of got a mishmash of stuff here. I got a little bit of war, a little bit of public works, and a little bit of underhanded stuff. Charlotte's got a little bit of science, a little bit of trade, and a lot of public works. And then our Free City kind of was another mishmash. Trading, a little bit of warfare and science.
You never know where you would end up.
Yeah. And that's 7 wonders. You go 3 ages, and then the game and all the expansions come with pads that of scorekeeping.
Scoring easy.
Yeah. So you can just kind of go through and figure out your score. Whoever has the most points is the winner.
Conqueror.
Conqueror. Well, not necessarily conqueror unless you're warfare.
War.
Yeah. The most civilized.
The grandest civilization.
Yeah. All right, so
we're going to clean up a little bit.
Yep.
We're going to come back and give you our final thoughts.
right on. We're back.
We are back.
We are.
We're so excited to get into the gameplay that I forgot to give you the game stats.
Yep.
So I just want to give you that first. 7 Wonders is a game that plays from 2 to 7 players.
Yep.
It says it's good for ages 10 and up, and it's going to take about 30 minutes.
Yep. Maybe not for your like first playthrough, but
no, because there's a lot of iconography on the
Yeah.
cards, and it comes with some really helpful player aids. They're really great, actually.
yeah.
And as many times as I've played this game, I still have to look up some of the icons and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Especially on some of the newer expansion cards.
Yep.
And the copy of Seven Wonders that we have is published by Repost Production.
Yep. And it's got a ton of awards all over it.
It sure does.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you get the leaders expansion, the leaders add a whole deck of leaders with special abilities throughout them, so you can really kind of get a strategy going, which is nice. It adds some more of the player boards, so you get new civilizations, so again a little bit more variety. It comes with the $6 coins, which is new, because you need more money in order to recruit those leaders. And then it comes with extra cards for the rest of it, so more of the different kinds of cards there. The cities expansion, again, comes with extra cards. It comes with some more player boards for civilizations. And some of the things they introduced there are these diplomacy tokens, right here. And it was very interesting with the diplomacy tokens. If you get one of these, at the end of that age, when you're checking with your neighbors left and right for warfare, the diplomacy token takes you right out of that. So the person to your left, hi Jinx, that's our cat.
Again.
And the cat's gone. So the person to your left, when they are attacking you, they go right by you and they attack the person to your right. And then the person to your right goes right by you and attacks the person to your left. And it just takes you right out, which is kind of cool. They also introduce a lot of the black cards. Actually, that's where you get them from the cities, those black cards. So it's the underhanded kind of criminal element. And it does increase the card count, so you can play up to 8 players.
Right.
Yep.
And also, it says on the box here, it's going to increase the game time, too, for about 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Especially with the leaders. The leaders does it, too. That leaders are... It's going to add that whole extra recruitment phase. And then the biggest kind of slowdown for time, especially with the leaders, is just figuring out what they do. Because it takes a lot of plays to really get used to all the iconography.
And we have a big stack of leaders.
Yeah, there's a lot of leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a skinny stack to play with, so...
And I didn't get to recruit them, but on our playthrough, I did have Justinian in.
Oh, wow.
That would have been awesome.
Justinian.
But oh well. Justinian. So, we also have the, I believe it's called the Wonder Pack, I think.
I think so, too.
Yep, and that just... Sorry, our cat's digging in the box. And that adds a whole bunch more of... Not a whole bunch more, but I think 4 more of the civilization boards. So, again, we got a nice stack.
There's lots to choose from.
Yeah, we got a nice array of civilizations to play with, and each of them comes with an A and a B side, so lots of different kinds of strategies, because each civilization has a bit of a strategy to it. Lots of replayability there. So, yep.
Now that we've caught up on that, we can talk about our final thought points.
Excellent. All right, so components.
Components. I think the components are really good. The cardboard is nice and thick and durable.
Yep.
The artwork is really pretty. Well, not pretty, but you know, it's good artwork.
Yeah, it really gets into that. For the type of the game. Yeah, it gets into that civ building.
It really goes with the theme of this game.
Absolutely.
And the artwork, the durability is great. We have sleeved our cards because with a game like this that you're going to play a lot and shuffle a lot, you're going to want to sleeve your cards.
And you're sliding the cards around a lot, which you know they
get passed around a lot.
The cards are good quality, but you want to sleeve them. Yeah. And you need to find sleeves that are clear on both sides because that's important. Yeah.
So what about the strategy of this game?
Strategy. The strategy of this game is excellent. There's a great balance between strategy, tactics, and luck and randomness. You're passing the cards around, so you're not really sure who's going to get what deck of cards. So there's a little bit of that randomness, but you're drafting them. So you're going to take a look, you're going to figure out what you want, and then you're going to pass it on. And depending on how many players there are, you're going to kind of know what hopefully is going to come back to you. So there is a little bit of luck and randomness, but really not a lot at all.
No.
No. Most of this is strategy, especially when you add the leaders, knowing what you want to kind of work for your strategy.
Yeah. Some of the leaders have points on them, so you know what to aim for at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So you know what you're working towards.
Yeah. Really, really key to that strategy is getting to know the purple guild cards from age 3. Because the purple guild cards, all they do is give you bonus points based on what you've already built. So if you can get the guild card that gives you bonus points for science, and you can get the leader that gives you bonus points for science, that's a great strategy.
Yeah, science gives you a lot of points.
Yeah. Where this game is heavy is tactics, that kind of adaptability, because you're going to have to adapt to what you're getting for the deck, what they've taken away from you, and drafting around. It's a great mechanic, but you definitely have to adapt to it.
And I find the tactics in this game I'm much more adaptable to than other games.
Yeah.
Because you've got that hand and you're looking at it, it's like, what is the best card for me at this moment?
Yeah.
So it's tactics, but it's on a different level.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, the complexity.
Complexity next. I don't think it's an overly complex game.
No.
It's very easy to teach. And the rulebook's very straightforward.
Yep.
The iconography on the cards is great.
Yes, but it does take...
It does take getting used to.
Yeah.
But I mean, 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
And you've got it down pat.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not an overly difficult game at all. And it doesn't take long to set up.
No. The setup can be long if you're going from, like, we're set up for a 3-player game right now. So let's say tomorrow we have to set up for 5 players. That makes the setup longer because suddenly you have to go through and recreate the deck for the number of players. But if you play the same number of players each time, the setup is much, much quicker.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's so easy because on each of the bottom of the cards, you're not going to be able... Oh, yeah, you can. That little white blip right there. Yeah. That tells you how many players are in the game. So you just shuffle through, you take out all the 3s, all the 4s, or all, you know.
Not difficult. Just takes some time to set up.
So, what do you think about the playability?
7 Wonders is really, really playable. The mechanics and the theme, you are building a civilization, and the way that you're drafting and chaining and focusing on different kinds of cards goes with that so well. And there's, going from age 1 to 2 to 3, there's such a great sense of escalation. You know, age 1, you're kind of just starting out and you're getting some resources and maybe just the very beginnings of where you want your civilization to go. But based off of those choices, age 2 and 3, you can build off of it, start chaining stuff. So I love the mechanics and the theme and seeing where your civilization is going to go. I love that. The number of players is awesome. 2 to 8 players, that is great. There's not a lot of games that can do that, and it scales fairly well. One of the problems that can happen depending on...
With a big group.
Is I'm playing here and I need wood.
And it could be all the way across the table.
Yeah. I can get a resource from the person to my right, Charla, and I can get resources from the person to my left, which is who knows. But the next person down the line, I can't get anything from them. So if the resources I need are on the opposite side of the table, they're not to my right or left, I'm kind of just dangling. I can't do anything. Yeah. And that has happened in a couple of games where it's really difficult to get resources because they just happen to be somewhere else.
Sometimes they're not spread out evenly.
Yeah. So that's the only problem with the scalability is when you get a lot of players, sometimes that can happen. The resources are just out of reach.
But the really nice thing about this game and number of players is that you're all looking at your cards at the same time and you're all playing at the same time.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't add any extra time onto the game, which is really cool.
Yeah. We did that little mini playthrough of 10 minutes and we got through the first age. If we kept going, we could have been done in 30 minutes.
In the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's even with the leaders and everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a great thing with the scalability. Lots of players, no downtime.
Right.
And, of course, with the game length as well. Replayability with all the different leaders that you can get, all the different strategies for points that you could try, the different paths to victory. And then, of course, the civilization boards that each civilization has two sides, two ways to play it. There's a ton of replayability with this game.
And then there's the two kind of cards that you only take out so many of them and shuffle them in.
Yeah.
So you get different ones every time.
Yeah. The Underworld cards, you only put a number of them into each age equal to the number of players. So that leaves a lot of them out. So that's different every time.
Yeah.
And then the third age gets a number of guild cards equal to the number of players plus 2. So again, you could be like, oh man, I know what that guild is and I'm hoping it's in there, and start building a strategy towards it, and then it might not even be in that age.
Yeah.
Which would suck. But still, there's a ton of replayability with the game.
Yeah, there is.
And I love how fast it goes. What can slow it down a little bit at the very end is you got to take out this pad and you have to go, okay, so warfare, everyone add up your points. And there's a lot of math at the very end of the game. But not enough that it detracts from the game at all.
Because, I mean, such a quick, fast game, and you're like, let's do the points.
Yep.
Did I win this puppy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the awesomeness or the cuteness?
Well, this game is definitely way more awesome than cute.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not very cute.
The art is really nice, but I wouldn't say it's cute.
No, the art's nice, and the art goes with the theme of the game.
Yeah.
But it's...
Yeah. Where the awesomeness comes into this is you starting from scratch and just amassing this civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a lot of space.
You do need a table.
You need quite the table.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Yep.
That escalation is amazing. How would you rate this game?
I think it's an excellent game.
Excellent.
For sure.
Yeah. I think the base game, I would say, is definitely excellent. Once you start adding in that the extra leaders, the extra boards, the underworld cards, the cities, I would go to say it's outstanding. I think this is one of my 10s out of 10.
Really?
7 Wonders? 10. Oh, I love 7 Wonders. I could play it all the time.
It is a great game.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Or outstanding.
Well, you know I'm all about the cuteness.
Yeah.
So that counts in my rating.
So it's an outstanding game. Detract a little bit to excellent because of the lack of the cuteness.
Right.
But for me, still stays at outstanding because it's awesome.
Yeah.
So did we finish as sweethearts or rivals?
We finished the game as rivals.
Yes, definitely.
It's all about, getting the best, everything.
Yeah. I think the only thing that might take away from that rivalry a little bit is, as awesome it is as everyone's playing at the same time, sometimes that makes it difficult to remember, I need to look and see what other people are doing.
I was going to just say that too, because I get so involved in building my city, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what's everyone else? I can't believe he's got 6 blue cards and I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I get a little caught up in the whole Farmville aspect.
A big part of the strategy of 7 Wonders is, yes, you're playing and you're building, you got to stop and look around to see what everyone else is doing. Yeah. That's really important.
Yeah, because you can't get caught up in, oh, my city's so pretty and I've got all these. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's 7 Wonders and its expansions, leaders, cities, and the Wonder Pack. There's another expansion coming out sometime soon that we're looking forward to checking out. I think it's called Babel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a little bit. Yeah. It looks cool.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. See you next time.